Hey guys, it's Earl Flormata here again for Project 365, and I'm on day 11. Today I spent my hour actually in a meeting with some great ladies from the Glass Box Marketing. I think that's the name of the company. Um, anyway, yeah, we're talking about working together and putting together some sort of event, and kind of what we can have at the event, what we're going to do at the event, and just kind of what we can offer the people that makes it stand out, as well as get an interesting list out there. So, as this progresses, obviously, I'm not going to show you while we're building it because if anyone is competing with us for that day, I don't want them to end up using the same techniques. But after the event is over, I'd be happy to kind of dissect the structure of how we did it, how we're getting sponsors on board, different techniques I'm going to be kind of sharing with you on that sort of thing. So, but I guess what I've been doing lately, I've been doing a lot of reading. In the last couple of weeks, other than taking Frank Kern's list control course, I've also been reading a lot of books, and the book that I like the most out of the three I read now, so I actually read a couple of them. This one is the 15 Secrets the Tax Man Doesn't Want You to Know, plus 10 bonus tips, and it was an okay book. It talked about obviously some 15 secrets on tax stuff, but it was kind of dry. Even though it's a small book, it was still pretty dry, and it was kind of confusing at times because it got really into the nitty gritty of things. So I'm actually going to be releasing my own tax solution in a little bit here. I'm going to keep it simple though. I mean that's my feedback to the authors of this book, keeping it simple so people can follow it, and then perhaps maybe like dripping it out bit by bit. Now, another book that was recommended to me by my friend Tyler was this is actually a really good book, $1,000 an Idea, Sam Wiley, Entrepreneur to Billionaire. And this guy actually has some really cool different structures and ideas of how to make a business make money. So fantastic story, great read, great learn, great everything. So if anyone wants to read this book, I'd highly recommend it. But my favorite out of the three books I read in the last 2 weeks or so has got to be this one by Seth Godin, All Marketers Are Liars. I learned the most from this book. I typically look for, if a book teaches me 2 to 3 things I didn't know before, I consider that a good book. And I go through a lot of books pretty quickly. Amazon must love me, and I can't wait to get an iPad so I don't have to have these stacks and stacks of books. I can just kind of buy digital copies and save some paper. But yeah, this one has been the book I like out of the best out of a lot of them. So there we go. There's my quick and dirty book review. I'll probably go in deeper as to the lessons I learned from each of these books in the next little while here. Maybe it'll be for Project 365. Maybe it'll just be for my personal blog. But either way, we'll go through those in a bit. So, as we're talking about business structures and everything else, with the last video I talked about that whole $1 million blueprint. We're talking about business. I'm going to be diving into a couple of different business models as time goes by here. So, and what I want to focus on is how can you evaluate whether this business model is the right business model for you or the business that you're in. And even with our event planning, even with anything that you write or create or do, there's a really simple test that kind of helps you open your mind and wear different hats all at the same time, and it's called the SWOT test. And some people know about this, some people don't know about this. I was surprised at the number of people who didn't know about this, and so I figured I'd share it now before I start using this thing called SWOT on the business models, and people have no idea what I'm talking about. So SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So when looking at a business model or even an investment or an opportunity, just anything in general, you want to do a SWOT analysis, whether or not this is going to work out for you or not. So strength is what's good about it. I mean, when you're being pitched an idea, it's always good idea. Here you go do it, buy my stuff. Now, obviously, it takes a strong mind to switch over and see what are the weaknesses of this thing. Nothing is perfect, so obviously, whatever the strengths are, there's going to be weaknesses to counter those strengths. Are those weaknesses, even if they're still around, are they still worth fighting for if this exist? Now, the opportunities. If I had some special mutant power when it came to business, it would be my ability to connect the dots. I'm weird that way. I can see two completely separate things, find a connection between them, put them together, and combining those two things together, we find a new blue ocean, and there's a new market there that we can sell to, and it's fantastic, and we make money where nobody else is making money. So that's where the opportunities lie. And then threats, just simple things for threats. I mean, is what you're doing straight up, or is there a conflict of interest? Is there something that can be fighting something that you're already doing, competing with yourself, competing with your friends, just stuff that you don't want to have to worry about if you don't think about it first. So if you're designing something, you gotta know what the threats are, that would cause it not to be a success. If it's failure or chance for failure, your weaknesses and your threats is where you're going to look at to find those, and you're going to counter that by making sure that the strengths and opportunities and the people around you can balance for those shortfalls. Anyway, that's my topics for today, I guess. So just in a review, I spent my hour in a meeting looking at setting up a networking event coming up in the next little while here. I'll be speaking at the event, teaching a couple of cool things. Some of the ideas that we discussed here, actually, in the Project 365. Talking about the different books I've been reading. The Seth Godin book, awesome book. Everyone go read that book. It's really good. And the SWOT analysis, because we'll be using SWOT analysis in the next coming videos, so here's a foundation for that. Well, that's it for day 11. This is Earl Flormata signing out for Project 365. Thanks for watching.